folks, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon. Last time we went through and made this whole mess of rides. Well, I should say we put Green Monster in here. We built this bad boy, and did we do anything else? Oh yeah, we built this whole thing over here, which is ridiculous. So we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coasters. We have 4 to go, and luckily we have our loan completely paid off. We're making $13,000+ per month, which is fantastic. And we have a number of coasters that we haven't even scratched the surface of. So I'm feeling pretty good about all of this. I also love some of these areas that we have set up. We have this guy that's just raking in stuff, but we have this area here that we could put another coaster very easily in there. That would be 7. Then we have 8, 9, 10, which can easily fit in this area, I'm pretty sure. So I'm thinking that we're going to put another coaster station somewhere in here. I'm thinking a hyper coaster, have it turn, lift hill, and then just drop and just kind of dipsy-do. Basically what this guy did, just over on this side. That's where my brain's at right now. So I'm going to start that process. I don't know what it's going to look like fully, but I know that we do have a hyper coaster here. And that's going to be the one we have. I love that we have pre-built rides here. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And you can see this one is 5,400 feet-ish, and it costs $32,000. So these rides are not, like, inexpensive to build. They are actually very expensive to build, but we do need to build them in order to be successful with this particular park. So, I'm going to get this place back roughly there, I guess. I don't really know. These have unbelievably long lines for their station. Ooh, not that bad though. Let's see, that one work? Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then I can throw a block break in there and have it turn out like so. The idea with this one here is that we're at 40, go to 50. I just want to basically have a pathway be able to come here over and cross underneath this area. So I don't typically build backwards like this at this point, but I think for what I want out of this one, that's what I need to do. I have no idea how fast it's going to be coming in, all of that, so I'm just going to do that, and then we're going to start the world's longest lift hill. Let's see, what was this guy at as far as the height goes? 225, and it started at 40. Well, really, it started at 15. So that one is definitely over 200 foot tall. It does not have a 200 foot drop. I'd like to see if we can get close to that, but we'll see. All right, we're already officially taller than that one. And let's see what we can do here. Dropping this bad boy down as far as humanly possible. There we go. So 40. Yeah, that one works. All right, that one is officially going to be our tallest ride. And you see we burned through like $7,000 or $8,000 in a lift hill and a first drop. So this is going to be another expensive one. That's part of the problem when you have these long rides. They just wind up being unnecessarily expensive. But it's one of the things you got to do in order to win the game. So we'll do it. And we will do it nicely here. But we got that. Drop again. And that's going to be another 200+ foot drop. I love when we can do stuff like this where it's just stupid. Like, there's no reason to have a coaster this big, but I kind of love it. So we'll do all of that. Let's go ahead and do this stuff. We'll turn it in like so. I think we're going to keep going up like that. Yeah. All right. Now we should be able to start kind of piecing this together a little bit more here. Let's see. It doesn't need to be all like monster drops. Like, it can be stuff like this where we're kind of partially going through and doing stuff. And do that. And then we are going to throw a little brake run in here. We'll do that, and then again we can just, oh man, burn through so much money. This is a $20,000 ride so far. God help us. Now, the only thing I don't like about hyper coasters in this game is that, like, if I wanted to do an angle drop, there's no curve or anything like that, which I guess you could argue that these I believe, are modeled after Morgan hyper coasters. You can make a fairly strong argument that they're not super curved to begin with, but that's beyond the scope of this video. My childhood coaster that was a Morgan hyper was Steel Force at Dorney Park. And I have deep love and appreciation for that ride, but it's not. I haven't ridden it in a long, long time. I haven't actually been to Dorney Park in like 20 years, but it's yeah, it's not the curviest of curved rides because it's not made to be. The only parts that it really curves around and does stuff is on that back end, and then it comes back through and doesn't really do too much beyond that. But we're gonna slowly just. Oh my god. All right, I'm going to bring this back to the station here in a moment because I think we are ready to start bringing all of this home now. And I'm going to bring in some slower ones here, and we'll have to speed up the game, I guess, because, you know, money is a thing in the game, and we currently don't have any. So we need to work on that part of the game, but we'll be okay. And we're going up to 50. All right, so I'll do my on-ride photo. And then we're just going to do a little dipsy-do here. Let's see, so that's coming right through that area. All right, I need to just go one more. Pop, pop. Oh no, I'm off by 1 hour. No, I'm not. Cool. Okay, there we go. I'll slow the game down here. We are just making money hand over fist. It's kind of ridiculous how easy it is to make money right now. You can see our last month was over $15,000, which makes building $30,000 coasters a little bit easier to stomach. But we have all of this. 3 trains sounds fine. We have the hyper coaster trains every 10 minutes. This absolutely needs to go up. We'll wait for the full load, all that stuff. Yay us. We'll test it and see what it does. And hopefully it's going to come back and do all the things we hope and pray it can. So let's see here. I'm going to drop down underneath that ride, which sounds like a terrifying aspect of that. Actually, let's bring that all the way down to the ground. Why not? We'll do that. And then this bad boy. Start diving down like so. Bam, bam, and bam. And I have no idea what the color scheme of this coaster is going to be. I don't even know what the name of this coaster is going to be. All I know is it is going to be another absolute capacity monster. It's running 3 trains, full load, all of that. It's doing exactly what we needed to do to keep this park running nice and smooth. But I do need to build a big old queue here. So that's what we're going to take care of right now. And do that, get rid of that stuff. And connect that in there like so. All right, cool. All right, we got all of that in there. Boom, 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 boom. And I don't even know if this ride's going to actually work or not. We should, oh, it at least completes the circuit because train 1 is already back through the thing here, I think. Oh no, oh no. Disaster. All right, not a big deal. This is an easy problem to fix. So we'll go here, remove 1, and then bring it in there. What was it before? I just need to make sure I'm not dropping it onto something. Okay, yeah, it's not that. Okay, that's all I need to know. I think it was 195 before. All right, so brakes. And then we can dive down, and then we just need to readjust this. All right, that should not be a big deal. Test that again. We have lots of color going on in this park. Do we have a red coaster? We do not. So we're going to pay homage to Steel Force and go with a red coaster here. From the last time that I was on that ride, there is a yellow or a blue, a red, and a black. All right, so train 3 does make it through the rest of the thing. Well, it made it before. We just need to make sure it will make that hill. Oh, God. There we go. And it's going to become fast through the rest of this part. Like, after the slower hills there, it's moving at a pretty good clip. 44. So it's going to come into brake run around 40, 36, somewhere in that range. Yeah. Before it actually slows down and goes. That bad boy clears that. We're just worried that it's going to clear this or not. That's pretty slow through there, but that's okay. We don't even have to curve that if we don't want to. It's definitely going to be sped up there, but again, crawls through all of that, which is fine. Hopefully it doesn't crawl quite as slowly through there. Oh. All right, let's see. There we go. Got our block brake, so then that guy's clear to go through. And hopefully, once it clears all of that, it'll be just fine to go through the rest of it. It's definitely Floater Air City. I kind of dig the idea of this one. Nice, slow, everything there. It's going to barely make it through all of it. I love it. And as far as the mid-course brake run, it's probably completely unnecessary. Like, we could move this block brake back a little bit and have that be there, because this guy's leaving the station as this one's coming into the block brakes. So it stops there, and we don't have to wait at all. That's magic. We're even going to call the Steel Force. Why not? So we got all of that. See, there we go. We got our ratings, and we made a monster. There's no other way to say it. We made an absolute monster. So we're going to advertise for Steel Force. Oh, it's not open. I can't get over that. All right, let me pull the calculator on out here. It's a 2-minute and 48-second ride. It's so much. So 120 plus 48 is 168 divided by 3. It's going to be 56 seconds on the dot. So it tells me here is the maximum wait time on this is going to be 50. The minimum wait time is going to be like 40, I don't know, 46, 45. Sure, we can open that up. And now Steel Force should be on our list. There it is. We will advertise for said Steel Force. We are at 2,200 guests, but we are rapidly declining because we did stop advertising. So less people are coming into the park at this point. We'll advertise for the park as well. And is there any ride? I think we can give free rides away on Iron Wolf. And part of the point of that is to try to draw people over to that side of the park. This should hopefully be real easy to get people there, but you never know. So we got that. Let's see if we have anything else that we need to build. Have it. Not interested in building most of this. Car ride would be fun, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. Not worried about coasters. Oh, we got to launch freefall. Fantastic. So I can actually put that like up here. Let's put that there. It's at 40, so we're going to go up to 140. Our entrance is going to be there. Our exit's just going to go straight down like so. So we got boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to go like so. Fantastic. Launch zone, of course. Oh, no, we absolutely have one of these already, don't we? Yeah, we already have one. All right, let's call this drop zone. So launch zone already exists. Let's call this drop zone. Again, when I played over a few days and all that stuff, it just kind of, I forget what's going on sometimes. So it's been a little while since I played this one, and we got to see what's going on. So let's test that and just see how it works. Be a $4 ride all day, most likely here. We have our first people on the ride. They're still in that. It should be leaving now. And our first crew is going on that. Now, what I like about this one is it should fit all of the things. It reaches 90 miles an hour. It's over a mile of track. It's a very high rating. It has a high intensity and medium nausea. It's just like, it kind of fits along with this bad boy here of very high, high, and medium. I just need to see how they compare to each other because they're very similar rides in some respects and very different in other respects. So Yellow Jacket's more exciting, but it also has a lot going on there. Probably this guy's a little more comparable, and that's more exciting than both of them, but it's also more intense and also more nauseating. So Steel Force is slightly higher intensity, much slightly lower whatchamacallit, nausea. So we should see what happens there. We got all of that. We'll open that bad boy up. Probably not the best idea to put it right next to a food area here that we have, but whatever. It would be okay. And then we're going to throw in another restroom, even though we already have it. Do we have an Enterprise? I don't think we have an Enterprise anywhere. So that's going to get built up here, I think. So we'll get that Enterprise put in right there. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Getting $4 ride, full load, all of that. We'll open that bad boy up and see what it brings us. There we go. And we'll continue to pay back a little loan. Now we're up to 8 of these rides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's number 8 here? Or did I miscount entirely? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got 2 more to go, folks. We're almost there. We're almost at the home stretch. I don't even know if we're going to need to build out all the way here. Like, this is a big area, and we have a decently sized area there that has built-in population. And people are coming to the park in droves right now, which is great to see. Their biggest complaint right now is 120 people are running out of cash, but you can see no longer are they worried about being crowded because we spread the park out into basically 2 halves. Really 3 if you think about it, 3/3. We have this ride over here, which should draw a whole bunch of people. We have this ride back here, which is drawing people, and then over here we have this ride, which is drawing a whole bunch of people too. So all of that should combine to really do some good work for us. And this guy's making $32,000 an hour for us. I'm going to go back here and just sort profit here. Yeah, Yellow Jacket, Great White, Green Monster. It falls off pretty quick, but it does still work. And this thing is just a monster. It's running 180 people at a time. This bad boy right now is only at 72. Hopefully we'll get that number pumped up here. So 82. Let's see if we can get how full of a load we can get here. The only problem is it is kind of far from the entrance. It is kind of, well, it's not far from the entrance. It just takes a little work to get there. Hopefully we'll get some more people over to that shortly and be able to do things. But in this area, that's going to be our next coaster. We've got to decide what we're going to build here. A corkscrew coaster is probably on there, and then we have our steel looping coaster, which I think are both going to be what we do here. There is a flying coaster, which is interesting. I suck at building multi-dimension coasters in this game, so I'm not even going to try that. But I'm tempted to build one of these. I really like these rides, and again, they're capacity monsters, just fun to build. I think that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm just going to play with the sizing on that. That's good. And let's see here. Got that. All right. So I don't think I've actually built a flying coaster in any of the series that we've had so far. So I'm looking forward to getting to play with it a little bit because it's a coaster I like building, but I'm also not very good at building. So I want to kind of play with it a little bit and see what we can do here as we move forward. This is going to be an expensive ride as well, just because the nature of the ride is generally expensive, but that's okay. We'll get all of that figured out here in due course. All right, we got all of that. And I'm just slowly trying to let this thing dipsy-do and gain some speed and all of that stuff, because it's not really a crazy coaster in any respect right now. We'll maybe try to make it a little more intense here soon, but for right now, we're going to run that into... I actually don't want to run into it. I was going to originally run that into some block breaks, but I think this is more fun. So I'll just throw this all the way up. Okay. Got that. Another small half loop. Fantastic. Drop that down like so. And what I kind of like about this is you're over top, so you have no idea where you're really going. It flips over, and then you're underneath the track where you were previously. So it's kind of an interesting little take there. Let's see, let me pull that out a little farther, like so. Yeah, see, like that interaction there is kind of interesting to me. I like it. And I also don't know, like diagonal-wise, I was talking about this last time. Does that count as more track? I really don't know. And I'm interested by the ideas of some of that stuff here. Do they have corkscrews or anything? No. Okay, which is fine. I don't need them. I just wanted to see what was actually there. And this is a big mess of a coaster. I don't think we're anywhere close to what we need to be right now, and that's fine. And that's why I'm doing some dipsy-doos and all that stuff over here, just to try to help with some track length and, you know, get the ride where it needs to be here. So here I want to build block breaks. Come out like that. Do that, another set of block breaks. And then we can put on our real brakes. And am I lined up? Nope, I'm off by one. Bummer. Oh, I'd love to do a twist at the end there, but I'm not going to. All right, we can slow the game back down. We've made $10,000. Like, look at the $17,000. Like, in 1 month, we basically paid for this coaster. It's wild. Look, we didn't... I mean, we have minus 12 there, but I think that's when we opened Steel Force. That's not from... Oh, no, Steel Force is back there. My bad. But even still, like, see, minus 12, but we've already basically made that up in, like, no time. It's wild. All right, so that one's going to be there. We have 3 trains, I'm pretty sure, yep. I'm going to actually bring that down to 2. I don't think we need to have 3 trains. The only thing I'm going to do is increase that. Let's test it and see what it does. I don't think we're at the track length that we need for this, but that's okay. We can always add on more. I just want to see where it starts at. This bad boy has over 100 people in it. Look at it. It's getting it's full, man. 126 people on that ride. I think it can support up to 128, but that's okay. All right, so we have that going through. It's doing its thing. will pop up. It's great, not high speed anything there. Hopefully it's going to be exciting enough. I think it will be. And again, I love that you hang over top, you go underneath, and then this is probably the most intense part of the ride right here. Kind of reminds me of Tatsu. Not the same experience or feeling, but if you've ever been on Tatsu at Magic Mountain, it has, when you go through that pretzel loop, it's really intense, and that kind of has that feel to it, to me. Oh, I love just that we're dipping through the woods, going through all this stuff. Oh, it's beautiful. Then we have brakes. Come down here into the station. This thing's at 126 people still. Man, that thing's rocking and rolling. What do we got capacity-wise for that? Almost 3,000 people an hour, and it's making $25,000. Fantastic. This bad boy here. Yeah, we still need to build more, but everything on there fits what we needed to fit. So we just need to go in and do some due diligence and get the rest of this thing built out here. So I'm going to go through here. We'll do that. Have that turn like so. We're going to have a brake run here. Block brakes. And not 4. I want that to be a 9. All right, and I'm going to put a booster on here. I don't know if the booster is part of the original game or not. I don't remember, honestly. But it's going to be part of what we're doing. And I don't know how tall we're going to get there, so I'm not going to go too wild. Because what do I have those boosters at? 45? Alright, we're going to see if that will get us up to that speed. I don't know if it will or not, but we just need to add a little track length on here. Which I'm not anticipating being too big of a deal here. The bigger test was that it is very high excitement. It also is very high intensity, but that's, you know, that's par for the course at this point. Let's see, so throw an on-ride photo on there. That's what I do. Got that. I just want to see. Yeah, that works. Okay. There we go. All right. Let's test that, see how it works. Not worried about the whole first half of the ride. All right, second part is what I'm worried about. It does that just quite nicely. The second train can now roll, so I might actually increase this to 3 trains, although I don't see a real reason to do that. And we got it coming in. Let's see, did we break our 4,600? That's all we need to do. Heck yeah, I added over 1,000 feet of track somehow. We're going to call this Blue Streak. I know I'm getting real creative with my names, but that's all I really care about is that we hit that. $8. Fantastic. We'll have this guy come straight out of there. There we are. There we go. There we go. And what is this ride's time? 2 minutes? Fantastic. That's perfect. So 50, let's do 54 seconds with the minimum wait time. Let's do 48. We'll open that bad boy up. And our next coaster is done. And we have one more to go before we are done with this park. There we are. Let's see. What do we want to do here? I'm not going to do any of that. I was tempted to put on like a car ride or something, but I think I just want to get done at this point. I will do advertising for Blue Streak. Free rides. Let's do it on splash boats. And we'll advertise for the park as well. All right. Let's speed all that up. I just want to see, are people actually going on this? What are the reactions? I'm sure that it's too intense for most people. And Steel Force is just rocking and rolling, man. I love it. And cycles people so fast. This guy also is just cycling people so fast. It's not making us a ton of money because its ratings kind of suck. Like high, very high. It's just, it doesn't work out, but it's fine. And then back here, we're going to build a steel looping coaster. And once we have that built, we should be good to go. Ooh, we got flying saucers. We can put that in. That's an easy one. We can throw that somewhere over here. Put our entrance, our exit. I love the colors on that. It's just, they're so different compared to everything else around. Well, not compared to everything. There's blue right there, but next to the red, it really stands out. So I'll leave that there. We'll open that bad boy up. I guess I'll use red line? Sure, whatever. Fit in with Steel Force a little better. There we go. Currently have 24 people on this bad boy. Its popularity is only at 68%, which I don't blame them. It's a little too much. This one's at 68% as well. So this crew does not like the very high intensity rides. They like the high intensity. This thing cycles people just too fast. And this guy is just too good. But we're going to build on our last coaster here. Let's just see where we're actually going to put that. I think it's going to exist somewhere up here. So like the station is going to be somewhere here. I think that's what I want to do. I really tempted to do a limb launch coaster too. It's just, I suck at building them. I like building them, but not one that's going to be as long as what this needs to be. I don't think I'd do a good job with that. So I'm not going to build one that does that. But the X is going to be right there. So I'm just going to very quickly just put that part of this ride in. Not that it really matters, but it makes me feel better about things. So that's good. And then we'll go through here. 8 cars, perfect. We'll drop it down like so. I would do some dipsy doos. Let's see, we'll do that. And then we're going to go into lift hill mode here in a second. At least I hope I can. There we go. And now we should be home free to build a decent coaster. It's not going to be anything wild. I don't want this to be a crazy ride. I'm just going to kind of go a little bananas here and make something that just twists all over the place. I've done too many drops and immediately go into turns. I'm not going to do that for this one. So we got all of that going. Nope, we can't go taller there. And again, I'm just going dipsy-doos. Not really sure what the general purpose of this is. Just trying to make track length at this point. Oh, come on. Can I get that in there? Okay, so I'm going to do that, that. All right. And again, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just having fun. Bump, bump. Mm-hmm. Here we go. And again, I'm sorry I'm not talking here. I'm just trying to wrap this one up as quickly and easily as I can. Wow, I haven't borrowed any money for that whole coaster. That was all just income based. My goodness. I love this park. All right, and then we're going to start just coming back around here. Just doing dumb stuff. Let's just extend that. I'll put on right photo section, go straight for a second. Then that can go there, there. Let's see here. Where do I want to bring this in at? So I'll put a block break there. And I guess we'll have to do a little terraforming. Nothing wild. Well, really, can I just bring it in at the... Do I have to increase the height here? I don't think I do. Yeah, I'm not going to increase the height at all. Alright, I just need to hook this back up to that point, and I should be good. Please, 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 please. Yes! There we go. Okay. Put that there. We're going to test and see what that looks like. 2 cars, that's fine. We'll test color-wise. I don't even know what that color is. But we're going to go with it. Tan, and let's go with like a tougher color there. And let's see what we got. Alright, so it's whipping through there. Pops up over that, almost 40 miles an hour. This thing is moving a little faster than I thought it would, but that's a good thing. There we go. Through this. It's slowing down a bit. We're only hitting 40s through those things. Pop up, and then we're going to pick up more speed here. And now we're coming in towards the end ride here. And you see, we don't even really need, like, the brakes are going to slow it down, but it's coming in at like 30s. Like, that's fantastic. Those are great numbers for us. We're going to call that Forest Runner. That's going to be an $8 ride, I think. Not 85. And it's 5,000 feet of track. It hits its numbers. I think all I need to do is open this up, but I am going to build the queue for it real fast. But I think all I need to do is build the entryway, and we'll have it won. Ah, stupid fence, go away. Let's see, 30. There we go. We'll open that up, and let's take a look. It's 2 minutes and 7 seconds, so maximum wait time. Minimum wait time, wait for a full load, open that bad boy up. The stats on that are nice. High, high, and medium. That should be all good stuff. And that should be 10 coasters, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just waiting for my win conditions here. Let's pause and go through our ride list real fast, and also just make sure we've met all the criteria. 10 different types of roller coaster operating your park with just over that, and a 7. Okay. So let's go. Blue Streak. That's 1. It has over the length and it's over 7. So check. Boundary Runner. We know this one's fine. Yeah. Way fine. Way fine. That's 2. Forest Runner. Over 7. Over that. 3. Great White. 4. Green Monster. 5. I'm holding my hand up as I'm counting here. Iron Wolf. Over 7, over 46. That's 6. Mine Train. Over 7, over 6. That's 7. Let's see. Mine Train. Southside Splashwood. Steel Force. Not that. Over 7. Over that. 8. Yellow Jacket. Over 7. Yeah. Okay. That's 9. Did I miss one? I had to have missed one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, there's only 9. Did I miss something entirely? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, crap. I'm so bad at this game sometimes. All right, that's not a big deal. We'll build one more. It's not the end of the world here. What do I want to build, though, is the question. All right, I think we're just going to go... I think we're going to go corkscrew coaster. I think that makes the most sense for us to build right now. So I'm going to put that right in there. We'll unpause. We got that. Fantastic. Lift hill it up. There we go. I'm going to slow the game back down a bit here. See that original 1 to 40 there. Cool. Small half loop, corkscrew to the left, not to the right. All right, photo section middle, other one left. All right, right now I just want to make sure it makes it through these loops without any problems. That's really my only concern. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And oh yeah. Okay, we're good on that front. Interesting that I could build there, but I couldn't do that one. Okay, whatever. Alright, I can take some finance out. Little corkscrew action. Can I do more? Nope. So we're going to keep that going there. Again, I wouldn't make all the decisions I'm making right now if it weren't for the track length requirement. I'm making a lot of decisions based off of that and not necessarily what I would put as my normal design for a coaster. Now we got all of that going. And it's time to start bringing this one back home, I think. Our station's at 15. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. So we'll pop that one down, pop that one up. And we're going to just go in here, do some dipsy-doos and all that stuff. We're going to bring that back up there, down to like that. We'll throw a block brake on there. Whip it around. Oh, we're so close. It's off by a touch. That's okay. Throw another block brake on there. And then we'll throw some other brakes. Which are entirely too fast, but that's okay. Alright, I don't know if this is actually going to work or not as far as track length and all that stuff goes, but we're going to try and see what happens. If it doesn't work, and we can fix it. It's the beauty of the game. Alright, let's go ahead. We only want 2 trains. And we'll test and see what it does. So let's give it up the lift hill here first. I love being able to speed it up just to do that. Alright, let's put the speed going through this. Oh yeah, it's going fast. Way too fast through there, but that's okay, I guess. It's not the end of anything. This is a hot mess of stuff going on there. I kind of love it. I also kind of hate it, but whatever. Like in a real park, this would be super cool to look at, but in this, it just looks unbelievably messy. I like tidy coasters, and this is anything but that. But that's okay. All I'm trying to do is if this fits the requirements that we have here. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. It's going in at 20-something miles an hour. That's totally cool. I don't think this is going to be a long enough ride. Just almost based off of time. I don't think it's long enough, but whatever. We'll figure it out here in short order. Oh. We're like 100 feet short. Okay. So we just have to fix this area here, which means we're going to do that. We're going to have that turn like so, or we can do this and boom. Alright, so I'm going to do that. And does that line me up? Oh, it does. And it does so in like classic arrow format. So we're going to go with that. While that's all happening, I should probably just build on the queues here, making sure that we have what we need for that. There we go. Got that one. Let's see, what can we do with this guy here? And I'm basically not building a real queue for this because I don't care. I just want to be done. I'm going to call it Red Scream. That's the dumbest name I could possibly think of. I apologize, but whatever. Come on. There we go. That should be it. We're going to open this bad boy up. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. There it is, folks. We finally, after way too much time, have this one taken care of. But my goodness, we have built some colossal coasters and in a park that's not too bad. And we have almost, we have 2,600 people in this park. Folks, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.